All right, I'm going to hear the case of position one, then we'll move to 14 and we'll see what happens with our time. So parties in position one, I've got Mercy, Okiki, and Jamar Williams. Where are those
Yes,
folks?
yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Williams, and then Okiki.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Get you to raise your right hand. You too, Mr. Williams. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, under penalty and perjury of law?
That's right.
Yes, I do.
All right. You can put your hands down. I'm going to ask some questions first of Ms. Okiki, and then I'll ask some questions of Mr. Williams. So, Ms. Okiki, tell me, is this a written or oral lease?
It's leased.
Is it written or oral?
It's written.
Much is monthly rent?
The monthly rent is $1,735.
$1,735. All right. Is there a late fee?
Yes, sir. A late fee of $50 after each fifth of the month.
Okay, so we're just going to cap that at 10%, which is going to be $173.50. All right, when's the last time the tenant paid rent?
The last time he paid rent was July 5th, and he paid a rent of $500.
Okay, so he didn't pay the full amount of rent in July, is what you're like?
No, he made a partial payment, only $500.
He paid 75, or you said 500?
He paid only $500.
Okay, so that would have left him a balance with $1,235 for the month of July.
Yes, Your Honor.
All
Yes,
right.
Your Honor.
Are you alleging then that he owes for August, September, as well as October rent, and then 14 days?
Yes, he owes. Yes, sir. He owes August, September, October, and the other months that he haven't paid behind, like from last year.
From last year. Okay, well, hold on. We're dealing with what we currently have. We've got the 1235, and then you've got 3 months, and then you've got 14 days. Is there anything else?
The total amount that he owes is $11,375. That this is excluding the November that we are in. Excluding the November that we are in.
Excluding or including?
Exclude.
Okay. Well, let me talk to Mr. Williams, and then we'll figure exactly how much you've got, because on your complaint, you only have 7805. This
Yes,
was
sir.
filed back in September, but we'll see. Okay, so all right. So, Mr. Williams, you have a written or oral lease with Ms. Okiki?
It was an oral lease. She had a printout of a lease when we moved in. When I gave a double payment to move in. But it was not a real lease. It was never documented, stamped, or emailed to me at all. So everything was pretty much verbal.
Okay, well, how much was rent?
Rent is $1,735.
Is there a late fee that you're aware of?
It's definitely late, yeah, but that's what I was hoping to speak to. Yeah, I have the proof that every single month and day pretty much that we've been here, me and my wife has been paid up. Like she said, I did fall behind a little bit. But when I came into the new year, I went up to $2,000 a month. And some of those months I actually paid more than $2,000. So I ended up catching up pretty fast, which allowed me to be 2 months actually ahead of time as far as monthly payments. So after I got 2 months, I feel like, okay, I'm in the blue. I'm in the green actually for a moment. It gave me a little leeway to kind of try to find somewhere else to move, even though I knew we didn't have a actual lease. But the total amount I paid her in full, and I did share those emails with you. that all of it is proven is a total of $25,610, which is payments of $1,735 all the way up until the month of October. The reason I haven't been paying or trying to stay ahead of my months is she just haven't been accepting any more payments at all. Like if I try to pay, she just refused to accept it or anything. We went to court once, and she did fabricate that $7,800, and I did prove to that judge that it was actually paid, and he kind of dismissed it immediately. So this time she came back literally a month and a half later, and just fabricated the numbers a little higher. And I did ask her, Miss Mercy, I actually paid you all the money. If you want me to move out, that's totally fine. But just the legal way that she was trying to do it was incorrect, which saying I didn't pay certain amounts of money. So I did present the emails of the money that I have paid to Miss Mercy. And I understand that people do fall through hardship. I don't know what's going on with Miss Mercy. That's totally fine. But I don't mind moving out, Judge. I just was asking for leniency from the court just to allow me the proper time to move out. I've been trying to, like I say, trying to pay rent. She no longer wants to accept it under any circumstances at all. Even though I can provide, statements and documents to where I've literally paid $25,610 to Ms. Mercy Okiki, which covers all the way up until October. We're in the recent month now of November, which I have not paid. I've lost my 2-month advance ahead months in rent from paying extra now because she refused to accept payments. So now I am, Judge, I am in November. I have not paid for November. I don't mind paying for November, Judge. I really don't mind. I don't mind paying for December. I have located a place.
Hold on.
I'm sorry, sir.
When's the last time again that you paid rent?
The last time that I physically paid rent was, I think, like you said, was July. I think it was after that one. It was another $200 and some dollars a couple of days after, but she kind of rejected it and kind of sent it back.
All right. So what I'm going to tell you is this, as far as your answer is concerned, I know you're saying you just need some more time. I only have authority at this juncture to give you 7 days, right? That's all I got. Now, I did the calculation for the money judgment, and I've got, without court cost, $7,768.60, which is inclusive of the amounts that you would have owed left over for July, August, September, October, as well as 14 days in November.
Did you get the evidence that I presented? I literally, everything we did was done by Cash App. And I did, Your Honor. I have already paid for July, August, September, and October in advance. It's $25,610 total. You break that down to $1,735.
I don't have any of that. Those evidence sent over here, but you're telling me that, and it's what you're saying, because you gave her $25,000 over a certain period, you're saying that makes up for everything, and that you're really current for the advance.
Yeah, I don't know why those emails and documents. I have so many documents here that I've sent.
So let me just ask you this question. You stopped paying in July or after July because you knew that you were current, or that
no, sir. She just refused to accept any more payments. She just didn't want any more money. And I did beg her, hey, Miss Mercy, it's totally fine. I'll move out, but I don't want to just sit in here and not pay her anything. The agreement that we had going forward was $500 a week, which was $2,000 a month, which was over until I can find somewhere to live. You know what I'm saying? So I tried to stay ahead of that, which I did, which kind of calculated all the way up into October. July, I don't know what happened, Judge, in July, but one day she just no longer wanted the payments. And I have been trying, but she just no longer wants the payments. It got so far on the harassment that she started to stick fake letters on the door and people drive by. I ended up having to go and do my own report at Lithonia Police Precinct of harassment towards Miss Mercy Okiki. And you can take control of my phone, Judge, and we can go right into my Cash App. And you can see it if you would like.
I'm not going to do all of that. I don't have any of that. Clerk, do you have anything?
Yeah, because it was all permitted for sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that was my main thing. I just wanted to prove that I have been paying. The only reason I haven't paid and stayed ahead of my months while I've been here is because she just refused to accept the payments. I was trying to explain that to the last judge, but as soon as she seen that I have made the payment and she kind of fabricated the number. He just dismissed it, and I was trying to explain, but he was like, "Well, we'll just dismiss this one for right now. You prove that you paid such and such amount."
Right.
So she came back.
So when was that hearing?
I have the okay. I got you right.
Was that hearing in July, before July?
Yeah, I think it was in August. Actually, it was in August.
So it was in August, and so
yeah. So I got the court number.
You saying that judge dismissed it because you made a payment in August?
Yes, he's saying where I had paid everything that she had kind of fabricated and said I did not pay, and he just stopped it right there and dismissed it. It was on August 8th. I got the court the civil action number if you want to kind of check it out. So yeah, and then she came back a month, literally 1 month later, a month and actually like a month and 2 weeks, and she had a higher number.
What's that case? Depending on what's going on, what's that case?
Okay, it's 23D 18414.
All right. Well, Clark, did you get any evidence from him at all, Mr. Williams?
Yeah, I even shared my screenshots of my cash app. I even sent that as evidence, just for the total amount.
I'm just checking with my clerk to see any evidence that you're
Yes, sir.
Let me ask, Ms. Okiki.
Yes, sir.
He's saying he's paid you a significant $25,000 since he's been. Now, I don't know if that's all he's paid you over the term period that he's been there. But let me ask you, Ms. Williams, he's saying that's how much you've paid her since you've been there, or since the beginning of the year?
No, since I've been here in total.
Yeah,
But
see, so how long you been there?
We haven't been here long. I think the lease was for a year. I think we've been maybe 15 months, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 15 months.
I mean, because if you're saying November at least, then you had to be there at least at this juncture a year. I mean, and then if you were there previous to that, about 25,000 in and of itself. I mean, but that you can get that amount at about 12 months.
Yeah, depending on the rent, but being that it was 1735, it actually did. I actually paid every month, y'all. I paid every single month. I don't know why the documents wasn't received, but I sent so many documents showing that I've literally paid all the way up until October. I was even hoping you had a calculator to say, hey, you actually caught up. Even when I fell behind, I paid out so much.
I understand, folks. Ms. Okiki, what is your response to that?
Okay, my response is first of all, we signed a lease. See where I have the email. This was on the 3rd this is May 22nd, 2022. The lease started from April 1st, 2022 of last year. And he paid only full payment twice. After that, the full payment twice that he paid was May last year. After that, he never paid the full payment. He had just been paying partial, and then joining to late. And then as time goes on, he started paying like only 500 a month, and he will never pay another one. 500 a month, and he will never pay another one. I have the whole thing that I forwarded to the court.
Again,
my evidence.
About 17 months, then it's almost about $30,000 plus. So, I mean, 25. If he's been since April or May, that's about 17 months up until October. If you do that about 1735, even without the late fee, that's over $29,000. So
actually, it was. I'm sorry, Anna. I didn't mean to put you off, but it was from if you say from May to May, then that would be November would give it 16 months.
Well, I'm not including November because November.
Okay, yeah. So it'll be May. June, July, August, September, and October. That'll make it 15 months.
Yeah.
Which should And only thing I can say about the 500, she agreed also to the 500 a week.
So listen, this is the issue. And I'm not, I need evidence from you to show when your calculations, but if you're saying that you've only paid her 25,000 and some change since she's gotten there, and there's been payments that have been late and here and there, then it isn't surprising to the court that she's saying she no longer wants to take payments from you, because if they've been made late or made in a relative succession that's not what you guys originally agreed on, then she's
that was the agreement. That was the agreement, Judge. She actually agreed.
But I don't have. She's saying that it's not in agreement. She's saying that you, either way it goes, you got 15 months. 15 months at 735 is not 25, right? 17 at 15 months with not including the late fee is like 29 and some change. If you throw the late
15 months.
Yeah, we're 15 months. I'm saying it right now. Right, but I'm spending a lot of time on your case, and you guys are not getting what I'm saying. It's at 1735 times 15 is
$26,025.
Right now, add 135, right?
You said add $135
for the late fee.
So we get $26,160.
Right, and then you got 14 days for November.
So that'd be $550, which is what we owe.
Yeah, but that
I don't mind. What's crazy, Judge? Even with the
mediator, but does Ms. Okiki disagree? Because I still don't have your evidence to show that you paid 25.
I don't know why all of this stuff. Judge, I swear, I
let me ask the clerk, and I'm not trying to not believe you, bro.
I know, no, sir, I know.
You know, and you haven't paid since July, but now you're telling me that you paid in advance. But now she's saying you haven't taken any money from you. But at the same time, she's telling me that you haven't paid consistently or you've been late. So, and then you tell me that you paid $200 in August, so that lets me know that you have had sporadic payments. So I just need your evidence. That'll help me whether or not lower the judgment.
I did, Judge. I did, Your Honor. I presented every single piece of evidence from every dime.
Let me ask my clerk. Clerk, do we have it? And that's all I'm trying to establish, that we have.
Are you trying to find a document, Judge, that states or shows how much he's paid?
Yeah, he says he submitted some evidence. I want to see that. Yeah,
it should be a screenshot of it.
Okay, so I do see something that was. I'm not sure if this is from the landlord or is from the. It looks like it's from the landlord. I'm sorry. I don't see the one that you submitted, but the one that I do see is from the landlord that does shows his rental history. I mean, rental payment history.
Does it show that?
And I will attach that to the case, Judge.
Is that showing the cash app of the payments that she received or I sent her?
I don't know, folks. Let me ask while I look for that. Clerk, are there any other announcements? I didn't see anything else. Any other impasses beyond the ones that I've currently looked up?
I know Attorney Grimes is back. I'm not sure if he has an announcement or not.
Okay, all right. Well, hold on. I'll finish with this if he's back. All right. I even looked at your old case. I did see that you made a payment in July, right? But and that was why that previous case was dismissed, because she filed in July and she accepted money in July. So, but that doesn't have anything to do with August, September, October.
Yeah, is it okay? And I'm saying to the judge, is it any way that I can because I don't know why my documents didn't come through from email. It took me all night to email a bag full of documents. I don't know why they didn't come through. I literally
hold on. Well, my biggest issue is this, my man, is that she filed an eviction action against you previously in July. You're saying you paid, and then nobody disagreed, and then it was dismissed. That's fine, right? But that doesn't mean just because it was dismissed that the payments that you would have owed previously just go away. But my biggest issue for me right now is that I don't have any evidence, and you're telling me you paid beyond through October, and telling me that opposed to me seeing that is not going to be sufficient. And
that's why I was saying I was hoping that you can take the other judge did the same because he couldn't find it. So he was just like, hey, let me go into your Cash App. And as soon as he pulled it up at 20,000 and he did see the
I'm not going into your Cash App. Now, was this in person? Was this in person?
No, sir. It was on Zoom. He actually I'm sorry, sir. Okay, all I can do, sir, is there any way that I can have an in-person?
Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do, because at this point, and I'm gonna be frank, if you don't have the evidence that you're talking about, it's gonna be fine.
I raised my hand and I swear. And I'm not trying to be a squatter for Ms.
No, it's cool, but it like I said, when you're telling me you paid all this money and I don't see any of that, and she's saying that she's not saying you have, we'll see.
So, Judge, just before you dismiss this case. I did attach the rent payment history to the case. I'm not sure if you're able to see it now. You may have to refresh Odyssey and then go back into the case.
Okay. Mediator Dixon, is there an announcement?
There is, Your Honor. You should have an agreement for position 4.
I haven't gotten it yet, but I will see if it's coming through. 36. We'll get you into another breakout room then. We've got quite a few cases we need to mediate. Yeah. So Mr. Williams, Ms. Okiki provided me a full breakdown of what you've paid over the term of this particular lease. She's got that you owe $11,000.
I'm so glad you said that, Your Honor. That was the reason. I hate to say it, but she came back 1 month later and I hate to say it, but she just completely disregarded what the judge's ruling was from the last dismissal. She came back August 8th and just said I owed $11,000. And I thought, Miss Mercy, I have the proof to show the courts the total amount, and I do, Your Honor. I don't know why they didn't come through.
Well, I'll tell you this. We'll have a reset, but I'll be honest with you, my man. She's giving me a full breakdown in writing of what she says that you've paid. Now,
Judge Davis, I do apologize for interrupting. I do believe I may have found the tenant's evidence.
Okay. It'd be great if we can see if we can resolve it today. Let's see if we can get that. So I'm going to take it out again, close it again, and see about opening it up.
I'm sorry for the prolonging, Your Honor.
No, we're just virtual, and I'll be honest with you guys, this isn't the best use of our time virtually.
Yeah, sorry about that.
And Clerk, just to let you know, if position 4 did reach an agreement, I have yet to get it, and so that means that maybe one of the parties have yet to sign. It says your total transaction history was 20,405.
Sure. Okay. I'm glad to see that. Also, okay. She
Hold
just
on.
said verbatim.
There's 2 of them. Let me just see.
I might have submitted a lot of stuff. Sorry.
Yeah, Judge, I'm pretty much adding them as I see them in the exhibits.
Okay, folks, we're gonna reset this to the in-person calendar.
Yeah,
okay.
It's quite a bit of them.
Sorry, I didn't mean to email.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I wish I would have known ahead of time, and I would have heard you in person. Because if we're gonna have this kind of dispute and we have all of this evidence, then we need to just see it in person, so I can respect people's time. So we'll see you. We'll get you reset to next week, Tuesday. Bring all of this evidence. Bring it in person.
Yes, sir.
All right. And I'm referring to Miss Okiki as well, because she also supplied a significant amount of evidence as well. All right. So we'll get you a reset for next week on Tuesday at 1 p.m. Bear with me while I address my other matters. Attorney Grimes, you have an announcement.
Your Honor, we did a breakout. We were not joined by a mediator, but in our conversations, I believe we have an impasse. This is a post-foreclosure sale eviction. The tenants are
hold on. If it's an impasse, give me 1 second. I just want to try to deal with some of the consents here and other impasses. Bear with me, Attorney Grimes. And just so you know, we usually do not put the mediators in there with you guys, because a lot of times the attorneys will negotiate those things on their own, but I do appreciate that. I'll get with you guys shortly. What case number was that? Was that 23?
It ended in 213.
213. Okay, give me 1 second. That's going to be position
number 17.
Number 17. Okay. Bear with me here. Any other impasses beyond position 1 as well as position, what is this? 4, did you guys have an impasse as well? Was that 4? No, that was the consent.
That was 14, I think.
14,
Yeah.
that's right.
Mhm.
That's right. You guys were here before. I remember you guys. Go ahead and unmute for me, Majori Shan and Anisha Edwards.